Welcome to Fundamentals of Public Speaking, a fully online course. My name is Dr. Rafferty, and my intent with this short video is to provide you with a quick tour of the course. Each time you log in, you will see this home page. After viewing this video, read the start page and syllabus, then take the syllabus quiz, and complete the start page and syllabus contract. Then, be sure to download the free course textbook. You'll need to save it to your device and then reference it throughout the rest of the course. Over here, you can view the course calendar. And depending on the type of device you have and your screen size, you might be able to see these labels, or you may have to scroll down to see them. The smaller number inside the calendar indicates the number of assignments that are due that current month. When you click the View Course Calendar, you will be able to choose views between week, month, and agendas. You can also use the calendar feed link to add assignment names and due dates to other applications such as iCalendar, Google Calendar, Outlook, and so forth. Some students find this feature handy because they can set it up to receive alerts on their smartphone or computer to remind them to complete assignments. Let's return to the home page. You'll also see over here the to-do list. It's below the calendar button. You'll see the name of assignments, the point values of those assignments, the due dates, and the times they're due. Over on the left, you'll see two navigation panels. First, you have the Canvas navigation panel itself, and then you have the course navigation panel. Over the next few days, I highly encourage you to explore these course navigation links. Doing so will allow you to get a feel for the course and see how it's structured. The modules link is where you'll spend the majority of your time. As you can see here, there are 6 modules. While I encourage you to work ahead, you must complete the modules in sequence. You can also expand the modules, and when you do, you will see a list of assignments. Note the icons. These are a quick way to determine assignment type. For example, reading pages, quizzes, and written assignments. Each module begins with a welcome page that contains information about the module. To learn more about the course, consider spending a few minutes reading the welcome page for each module. Also note that assignments display the due date and the point value. You can expand and close modules as needed. Let's look at the structure of a typical assignment. All assignments use the same layout like the one you see here. You'll always see a purpose statement. Assignments may have 1 or 2 or even 3 parts. Part 1 is typically preparation and setup information. Part 2 is usually the work that has to actually be done. And then Part 3 is where you submit your work. For all written assignments, I provide a template. It's in Microsoft Word format. The templates are already in the APA format as well. You complete written assignments right on the template. When you submit your work, I expect to see the cover page, instruction page, and all content pages. I should point out here that while you can choose to use programs such as OpenOffice, Google Docs, WPS Office, and other similar programs, those programs usually will reformat the Microsoft Word template, and in some cases, it will remove content altogether. I reject assignments that do not meet APA format requirements. Therefore, I highly encourage you to use Microsoft Word, especially since you have free access to the program through the college. Down here, you'll see a critical note in every assignment. In a nutshell, this note is telling you that you should not communicate with me through the assignment comment box, but that you should use the course inbox, which I will show you in a few minutes. You'll also see learning outcomes. Each assignment generally includes these outcomes, and you can also find the same information in the syllabus. Further on down the page, you should see a rubric. Each assignment has a unique rubric, which is usually displayed just below the assignment itself. Most rubrics have 2 or 3 columns, like you see here. To earn maximum points, you only need to look at the left-hand side. Further down the page, you'll see some navigation buttons. These allow you to move to the previous assignment or to see what's coming up next. Finally, at the top is where you would submit the actual assignment. When you click that button, you will see, depending on your device of course, one of 3 tabs, or you may see all 3 tabs. For assignments that require you to submit a document, you will always see the File Upload tab. But you also may see the Google Drive and Office 365. If you do not see these, do not worry about that. For our purposes here, I'm only going to discuss the File Upload tab. To upload a document, you click the Choose File button, navigate on your computer to the location of the file that you're trying to upload, select the file, hit Open, and then to verify that the file is ready for upload, it should show up right next to the Choose File button. If you need to add additional files, then you just simply click the Add Another File link to add additional files. Down here you see a little comment box. It should only be used when you need to inform me about something very unique to the assignment, or when the assignment instructions indicate that the use of the comment box is necessary. Otherwise, always use the course inbox to communicate with me. When assignments require a text-only submission, you will see a text entry box instead of a file upload screen. Now, let's look at some of the links on the navigation menu. Throughout the course, I make announcements. Some are informational, others are reminders for upcoming assignments. It's a good idea to always look at the announcements each time you log in. You can also view assignments using the Assignments link. This is a quick way to check for overdue assignments, undated assignments, and past due assignments. However, the best way to work through the course is to use the module view. Now, let's take a look at the Gradebook. The Gradebook provides a wealth of information. You can arrange the view by assignment group or due date or module or title. However, the best view usually is the due date. In this view, you will see the assignment name, the due date and time. You'll also see the number of points that you could possibly earn for that particular assignment. In some cases, you'll see a little icon. This is a comment icon. If you click on that, you'll be able to see comments that are associated with the assignment. This is the score that you receive. You can enter points in the score box to see how different scores affect your grade. Let's see how this works. I'm going to enter 100 points for this first assignment. Note the change up here. Note the change up here. If I continue to enter points, you can see that the total changes each time I enter points. You can play around with this to see how can you maintain whatever particular GPA that you're shooting for. One thing to point out here is that if you look down here near the bottom of the page, you'll see a little checkbox that says calculate based only on graded assignments. Let's see if I can show this with both screens. So notice that this is 72.94% now, but if I uncheck this, watch what happens. It drops to 1%. Unchecking and checking this box shows the difference between a GPA based on graded assignments only and a GPA for the overall course. So it is a good idea to check and uncheck this box each time you review your grades. To remove these practice scores, simply check the undo arrows. Also note that assignments are weighted by group. Some modules count as only 4%, others are worth 10%, and some are worth 35% of your grade. Now, let's look at quizzes. There are two types of quizzes. There are practice quizzes, which are optional but highly recommended because the final exam questions are pulled from these practice quizzes. Assignment quizzes are mandatory. Down at the bottom, you'll see there is a final exam, which can be accessed at any time. And like the assignments, you'll always see a purpose statement, and then you'll see some instructions. Note here that you are allowed to take this test 3 times, and your highest score counts. However, the test bank consists of over 150 questions, so the chances of getting the same question in a second or third attempt are fairly slim. Also note, there's a due date. Even though the final exam can be accessed at any time, it's worth 100 points. There are 25 questions. You'll have 40 minutes to take the test, and as I said, you can take it 3 times. Now let's look at discussions. There are only 3 discussions in this course, but note how they are all about the same topic, and how they are separated into a part 1, a part 2, and a part 3. Over here, you can subscribe to a discussion. This is a good idea because Canvas sends you an alert when classmates post, and it can serve as a reminder to check back when there is more than one post required. Let's look at one discussion. As with assignments, you will see a purpose statement, and all 3 discussions have the same 3 steps. In step 1, you will read a short scenario. In step 2, you will post your responses to these prompts. And then in step 3, you'll read your classmates' posts and respond to them. All discussions include a unique rubric. To view it, click on the 3-dot icon in the upper right corner, Show Rubric. And as before, most rubrics will have 1 or 2 or 3 columns. Pay attention to the left-hand side for the most amount of points. I'd like to point out down here that netiquette is extremely important, and for major violations, I will assign a 0 for that particular discussion. A second violation will result in dismissal from the class. So there you have it. A very quick tour of the course. As a reminder, the course is fast-paced and rigorous, so good time management is essential. Remember, I am here to help you succeed, so do not hesitate to communicate with me through the course inbox. I look forward to working with you this quarter.